Veterans Day is Friday, a time set aside to remember military veterans who served our country. And on the 11th, this Friday, 12 Texas veterans will share their stories in a special exhibit opening at the Texas Capitol Visitor Center. One of those local veterans is Ken Wallingford, who is also a POW, and he's here with us today along with James Crabtree with the Voices of Veterans State of Texas program. It's nice to have you two here.
Good morning. Thank you.
Mr. Wallingford, you were held, it's a crazy story, but in a tiger cage in a Cambodian jungle for months during the Vietnam War. Tell us about that experience and how it changed you.
Well, it was an experience. I was on my second tour of duty. Myself and 4 of the Americans were advising some South Vietnamese soldiers, and our camp was overrun by 30,000 North Vietnamese soldiers. And so they took us into Cambodia and put us in 5x6 tiger cages. We never had the luxury, if you will, to go to North Vietnam and the infamous Hanoi Hilton. So I was kept in a 5x6 tiger cage for almost a little over 10 months, 10-foot chain locked around one of my ankles. And basically, it was an experience that changed my life.
Changed you in so many ways, mainly because you were agnostic heading into the military, and you weren't sure in your faith in God, but after that it really...
Well, I think we've all heard, Melissa, you know, there's no atheists in foxholes, battlefield conversions. You know, when I had everything available to me from military support, air support, and so forth, and the odds were just heavily against us, you know, you just start praying.
That's all you have.
And that's all you have. And, you know, even though I went through, you know, some, you know, times that, you know, really challenged me, you know, humane treatment and care by the enemy, I always kept my faith in God that someday I will come home, make a profession of faith, and He honored that prayer.
He certainly did, and you honored your part as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And we want to talk about the project. You know, on exhibit we have the rice bowl that he ate out of, that he was given each day. And what are some other artifacts and stories that we'll hear?
Well, Mr. Wallingford is just one of 12 American heroes that we're highlighting. This is an exhibit that opens on Friday, but this is something that's open for all Texas veterans. It's a program that Commissioner Patterson started when he became Land Commissioner, and it's our way of honoring veterans for their service, but at the same time saving their stories for posterity. So we're really hoping that people will come and see these stories, see these artifacts, and then contact us at the website voicesofveterans.org so they can tell their story. And that's how we get a lot of these stories. It's family members, grandkids, spouses saying, you know, my grandfather or grandmother served and I think you should interview them, and that's what we do. And
everyone does really have an amazing story of how they dealt with it and the experiences they had. And this is multimedia, multisensory, interactive.
It's going to be a great exhibit. It opens up to the general public on Friday, and it's going to run for 10 months. So we're very excited about it, and Mr. Wallingford's story is just one of those great stories we're telling.
I know you're a veteran too, and thank you both for your service.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Ken Wallingford, James Crabtree. For more on these stories, they're told in this exhibit. Every veteran has a story to tell. It opens on this Friday, Veterans Day, at the Texas Capitol Visitor Center on the Capitol grounds.